How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Robotics and Notes Elite. We are here at the hospital because the robot doctor himself has had a fall or a collapse or something along those lines. Something came up with him. Juna was alerted, and yeah, here we are. Kind of seemingly out of nowhere, but definitely a lot of signs here pointing towards this phase being the Juna phase, where the last phase, I guess, was the Nai phase. It didn't really seem like it ever, but I guess at the end it became very apparent that it was her route that we were going towards in that phase. This one, I am betting a very small amount of money, but I am betting nonetheless that this is a Juna direction of some sort. And I cannot check Twitter. The next day, Akiho got the call that Doc had woken up. And for whatever reason, she decided to drag me out to go see him too. Just because he's awake doesn't mean that he's recovered. Besides, we're just customers, not family. We'd probably just be upsetting him by showing up unannounced. I decided to just wait in the lobby and let Akiho go in without me. Considering today's a holiday, there aren't many people in the lobby. An older man, likely a patient, is sitting down reading a newspaper. And there's one other person. Juna is sitting down, a grave expression on her face. As soon as she sees us, she gets up to greet us.
Jun, 具合は? ドク、気がついたんでしょ? 朝には、目が覚めたみたい。それでさっき、集中治療室から病室に移されたって、先生がそう言ってた。
What specifically happened to him? Was it a heart attack?
ずっとつきっきりだったの?
そんなんじゃ。
For some reason, Juna shakes her head from side to side, flustered. Also, it's worth mentioning in the previous episode, Juna was really wanting to leave the Robotics Club. It seems like this got in the way of her plans.
私もついさっき来たところで。どんな様子だった?
She hangs her head.
顔は合わせてないから。わざわざ来たのに? そっか。
Akiho seems to have remembered. Juna made it clear in the past that she was scared of Doc. Back when Akiho tried to invite Juna along to the robot clinic, she immediately refused. She's here because she's family, but it's still not easy for her to see him face to face.
今は私のお父さんが先生から詳しいお話聞いてて。
We also now know a little bit of, why she was so traumatized, what created that stigma, what is causing her to be so fearful of robots that are of equal size or larger size compared to her.
アキちゃん、やっぱりさ、今日のところは引き返そうよ。俺たちそこまでドクと親しいわけでもないし、むしろいきなり押しかけたら向こうが驚いちゃうじゃん。分相応ってやつ？俺たちの立場的にあと 2,3 日は様子見るべきだと思うよ。お見舞いに行くにしてもね。
かい、冷たい。
Akiho, upset with me, puffs out her cheeks.
ドクにはガンツク1の時に散々お世話になったんだよ。
That is true. Like, honestly, the guy deserves a lot of credit for helping out, not only with Akiho, but her older sister.
ドクがいなかったら歩くことすらできなかったんだから。それに、これからもたくさんアドバイスしてもらいたいの。だから、そういう冷たいこと言っちゃダメ。ジュンだって、いつまでも逃げてたら良くないよ。このまま顔合わせないつもり？でもじゃない。病室に移されたなら、面会もできるってことだろうし。とにかく、みんなで病室まで行こう。
Akiho grabs Juna's hand and then mine and begins to drag us behind her at a brisk pace.
アキホちゃん、待って。せめて顔だけでも見て、無事でよかったって声かけたいの。ジュンはどう？私は。
Juna struggles to find her words. Granted, it doesn't seem like Akiho ever planned on hearing her response.
とにかく行こう。
Declaring this, she resumes her march forward. I could protest, but I don't want to make a scene in a hospital. I guess I have no choice. I'll poke my head in for a second and then leave. Hopefully that'll be enough for Akiho.
アキホちゃん。ちなみに、そっちは診察室なんかがある方で。
Juna points in the opposite direction of where Akiho is walking.
病室があるのは上の階なんだけど。
Akiho stops in her tracks. Yeah, where was she planning on going? Oh, great.
認めたくないものだな。若さゆえの過ちというものを。
いや、認めなよ。
Doc's room is in the very back of the third floor. Damn, we just can't use our Pokecom here. I guess it is a little disrespectful and probably inappropriate in general to be using your phone in a hospital like this, but whatever. A piece of paper with the name Fujita written on it is attached to the wall by the door. Through the frosted glass, I can see the lights on inside.
アキちゃん、とりあえずそのブルーレイしまって。
え?
Much to my bewilderment, Akiho had pulled a gun barrel Blu-ray from her bag.
だってこれ、お見舞い品。ガンバレルの51話が収録されてるの。この話を見るとね、うちすっごく元気が湧いてくるんだ。だから毒にも。
No, that's a you thing.
いいからしまいなって。
Akiho pouts as she shoves it back in her bag. Juna's face is turning pale. She's clearly pushing herself too hard.
ジュン、ごめん。やっぱり戻る?
Akiho has noticed Juna's current condition and seems to have backed off a bit, hence giving her the option to leave. Yet surprisingly, Juna shakes her head weakly.
とにかく一度顔だけ出さなきゃ。孫娘なんだし。
There's no way they're gonna kill the man off,
ジュン。
right? Like, there's no way they'd do that. Juna takes a step forward, her expression stiff. She stands in front of the door. She gazes at us as if to ask, should I knock? Akiho silently nods. Juna takes a deep breath and knocks.
Hi.
Much to our surprise, a woman's voice responds, excuse me. It must be the nurse. Juna hesitates and turns to us, unsure of what to do.
とりあえず名乗って。私、おじいちゃん、藤田のおじいちゃんの、娘じゃなくて、孫のジュンナで。
Man, what a struggle. Why would she freeze up there? At this point, we look like a bunch of suspicious weirdos. There's no response from inside the room. Maybe they didn't hear us? Juna seems to have the same idea, so she grabs the handle of the sliding door and slightly opens it. It's Doc. And I can hear him perfectly clearly. Juna is frozen with her hands still on the handle. I can sense somebody moving around inside of the room. The door slides open and the nurse appears.
ごめんなさい。藤田さんまだ面会できる状態じゃないの。せっかく来てくれて申し訳ないんだけど、今日のところはお引き取りしてもらってもいいかしら。
はい。
Juna bows slightly, her head still hanging down, and walks back the way we came. Akiho stares at the door dissatisfied. I give her back a light shove, and after letting out a big sigh, she finally follows after Juna. Hey, what up, Subaru? The three of us return to the lobby, Akiho agitated and Juna even more dejected than before. There we come across Subaru. He must have just gotten here.
もうお見舞いは済んだんですか?
スバル君もわざわざ来たの?
部長に呼ばれたんですよ。常識的にまだ早いだろうとは言ったんですが。
Yeah, you're right about that.
どうかしたんですか?
とりあえずだよ。
Once outside, we explain the situation to Subaru. Looks like we can now open our Pokecom because of these lovely icons on the top right. That's a nice little indication. I'm glad that Doc is okay. Jeez, that surprised me. Let's go visit him. Hey everyone, today is Respect for the Elderly Day. I respect those who respect their elders. Grandpas and grandmas will be very happy just seeing your faces. The perfect gift would be to offer them a massage. Now, let's put it in action. A promise from Mr. Platus. Showed the first Osaki office to the members of the local Robot Research Club. From the proposal of wanting to create a giant robot to the efforts of our young worker Tikun, they were able to get an approval from HQ. Since TNSC currently has no plans to launch a rocket, we would like to provide more opportunities to young kids like this. Oh, were they happy about it? It was charming to see my daughter's come at me face. I guess. That sure is the term. Tanegashima General Hospital. They're closed on the weekends and holidays? Okay. Oh, I didn't even realize that there was an update to Juna. Cool. I guess we just never grabbed that.
面会謝絶。いや、拒絶か。あまり病状が良くないのかもしれませんね。
まさかジュンの面会まで断るなんて。てっきりドクはジュンに会いたいものだとばっかり思ってたのにな。
Aki-chan, you really shouldn't say stuff like that right in front of her.
別に純ちゃんだから拒絶したわけでもないでしょ。
I mean, I guess it kind of sounded like he did, but I digress.
しばらくしてドクの体調が落ち着いたら改めてお見舞いに来ればいいさ。その時には会ってくれるって。
大徳先輩、ドクはどうして倒れたんですか？病状は？大徳先輩？
Subaru's question brings Juna back to her senses, and she quickly answers.
詳しくはお父さんが話を聞いてて。
Which are?
それで少しだけ私が聞かされたのは狭心症なんだって。
Yeah, you know what? That is kind of what it sounded like from him actually being passed out for a duration of time like that.
もしかしたら手術が必要かもって。
Yeah, that'll happen. Hopefully to none of you guys or myself.
手術するとなると島にある病院じゃ無理とか。
And that is not surprising.
となると、しばらくロボクリニックは休業ですかね。
さあ、どうかな。こんなことを今言うのは不謹慎かもしれないけど、ガンツク2を作る上でロボクリニックが使えなくなるのはかなり痛いかも。なんだかんだでドクは融通を聞かせてくれたから、こっちの無茶なお願いでも聞いてくれたし。
Yeah, but didn't he say that we were banned? Like, whether he's there or not, we're not getting anything. We're not going to get anything from him. There's no service to be offered to us.
でも部長、この前出禁になったじゃないですか。
See, that's what I'm saying, Subaru. You and I are on the same page.
今言うことじゃないでしょ。
2号機を作ること、ドクには反対されたんですよね。だったら、どっちにしろロボクリニックは使えなかった。これを機会に他の方法を検討すべきだと思います。
そもそもアキちゃんいつもぼやいてたじゃん。ドクは偏屈じいさんだとか金にがめついとかって。
だからジュンがいる前でそういうことを今言わないでよ。別に私は全然平気。平気ってさっきまであんな辛そうな顔してたのに。本当に平気だから。
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a whim here and say that she's not doing okay. Juna's smile is so weak that I can feel my heart shatter into pieces.
もともと藤田のおじいちゃんとは疎遠だったし。で、私何言ってるんだろう。
Juna, surprised by her own words, shuts herself down completely. Silence. An awkward silence hangs in the air. But then Akiho breaks through it all.
うちね、ドクのアドバイスにはすごく助けられたんだよ。
Akiho grabs Juna's hand and speaks to her.
偏屈だけど腕は確かなの。それにね、ドクほどロボットを作ることに真摯に向き合ってる人はいないと思う。うちもびっくりしたもん。ガンツクワンへの入れ込み方とか。お姉ちゃんが設計してロボ部で作ってきたロボにそこまでまっすぐ向き合ってくれてるんだって本当に嬉しかった。だからドクには早く良くなってまたロボクリニックを再開してほしいの。ガンツク2のことは置いといたとしてもね。
アキちゃんはそれでもできんだけどね。
こんにゃろー。
Akiho turns to me and violently ruffles up my hair. It's been a while since that last happened. She did it again.
いちいち現実を突きつけないで。
I desperately escape from Akiho's aggressive assault. I'm concerned about Juna. She said that they're not in contact, but she looks like she's in a lot of pain from everything that happened today. It could also be like old memories, like resurfacing. It's just a lot going on. Alright, looks like we're following Akiho here at school for a little bit.
昨日ドクと面会してきたの？
ああ、行ってきたぜ。
He responds nonchalantly as he digs into his pork cutlet lunch. I can't help but mutter the words of that person, forgetting that I'm in the faculty room.
はっきり言う。気に食わんな。
いいか、瀬宮妹。覚えとけ。情報の伝達速度ってもんは、この高度情報化社会になったところでちっとも変わらねえ。これ、豆知識な。
意味わかんないよ。
お前ら、毒が倒れたこと知ってたくせによ。先生に一言も報告なかったろうが。おかげで昨日になっちまったんだ。結局のところ人災ってことだな。ヒューマンエラー。わかるか？
I mean, sometimes I just kind of forget that Michi even exists. I really don't. Is he telling me that he's sulking because he was left out? That's ridiculous.
ミッチーに教えなかったのはわざとだよ。だってミッチー、ロボクリニックは出禁になってるじゃん。
2 years ago, back when I first enrolled here, Michi came on as a teacher at about the same time. I joined the Robotics Club, and Michi became its advisor. It was then that the other members told Kai and I with pale expressions on their faces, the Robotics Club Code of Conduct. There's only one rule and it's extremely clear. Do not let Michi anywhere near the robot clinic. Apparently Doc and Michi are on hyper bad terms. When Michi was the first-gen president of the club, he had a huge fight with Doc and got banned from the premises. If we put those two face to face, the robot clinic would turn into a bloodbath. Kai and I tried so hard to follow the rules that had been laid down for us.
まさかミッチー、ドクが弱ってるのにつけ込んで、ここぞとばかりに日頃の恨みを晴らしに行ったとか？最低！うちはドクに味方させてもらうからね。悪は正義によって滅ぼされちゃえばいいんだ。
おいおい、散々な言われようだな。まあ、あながち間違っちゃいねえが。
Huh?
あとな、おい、先生のことミッチーと呼ぶな。何度言えばわかるんだ。
だってミッチーだって瀬宮妹って呼ぶじゃん。
たく、そもそもロボクリを出禁になったのだってな。先生には何の落ち度もねえんだぞ。
You know, sometimes I feel like literally nothing gets like taken care of, resolved. There's no progress or anything when it comes to these two having a conversation.
いやいや、だってミッチーがロボクリニックの裏手に積まれてるスクラップをガラクタって呼んだからドクが怒って喧嘩になったんでしょ？
はあ？
Michi rolls his eyes dramatically and stabs his rice-covered chopsticks at me. Ew.
いいか、そんなデタラメ言ったやつを今すぐここに連れてこい。先生が説教してやる。
ロボ部に代々受け継がれてきた話だもん。
デタラメだっつってんだ。
Michi pops a sour plum in his mouth, an annoyed expression on his face.
ガラクタをガラクタって呼んだってどこは切れたりしねえよ。これ豆な。先生が出禁になったのは開かずの倉庫に偶然入っちまったせいだ。
え、そうなの？
Isn't that where June wandered in and got lost when she was really young?
そこロボットがたくさん並んでた？
うん。なんつうかな、昭和っぽいっていうのか？ ブリキのロボットのおもちゃ知ってるか？あんなデザインでな、薄暗い倉庫の中に10体近くも並んで埃かぶってやがった。
So it really is the same place that June got lost in.
で、わざと忍び込んだわけじゃねえのに、毒のやつすんげえ切れ方してな。以来できんさ。先生はちゃんと謝ったし、恋でもねえって何度も説明したんだぜ。なのにあのじいさん全く聞く耳を持ちゃしなかった。本当に偏屈だよ。
As Michi figuratively spits out his words, he literally spits out a plum seed. At least cover your mouth for goodness' sake.
でも犬猿の中なのは本当なんだよね。なのに病院行って大丈夫だったの？面倒を起こさなかった？
I can't resist bombarding him with questions. It's almost like I'm Michi's guardian or something. Plus, I'm fairly annoyed that Michi got to see him when June and I didn't. I mean, it's not like this is a competition, but still.
あのな、先生を何だと思ってんだ。病院で暴れるようなバカが教師やれるわけねえだろ。
I had a feeling that he may have been, though.
病室には勝手に入ったが。
あのね、ミッチーは毒に嫌われて当然だなって今はっきり思ったよ。うちなら絶対に嫌うもん。
勢いってもんは必要だろうが、これも豆だ、覚えとけ。
嫌です。っていうか、そんなんで会話成立したの？
当たり前だろうが。
いまいち信じられないな。何話した？
Michi lets out a short sigh and looks off into the distance. The distance, of course, being the final drowning in sauce piece of pork cutlet.
あのじいさん、数年ぶりに会ったっつうのに、先生に向かって怒鳴ることすらしやしねえ。拍子抜けしちまったさ、まったく。顔を合わせた最初の一声が、お前か、だもんな。正直、あんなに弱気な毒を見たのは初めてでな。先生少し涙が出ちまった。
Well, he is sick, and I think he was kind of taking advantage of that fact. He probably doesn't have the energy to yell.
だから言ってやったわけだ。惜しい人を亡くしました。ってな。
Jesus Christ. That is not funny.
当然、首でも絞められる勢いで襲われるかと思ったんだがよ。ただ窓の外を見てるだけで何にも言い返してこねえ。あげくにこんなこと言いやがった。
店は畳もうと思ってる。これが潮時さ。
おいおい、毒ともあろう人が冗談きついぜ。昔あんた言ってたじゃねえか。ロボットは人間の友達だ。ロボクリニックはその友達を治療できる場所、友達を作れる場所にしたいって。そんな場所にできたのか？できてねえのに何店を畳もうとしてんのさ。
Okay, but he can't run it forever. I mean, this isn't too surprising.
そんな風に思ってたこともあったな。大昔の話だがよ。ただの思い上がりだったってだけさ。
何それ。
Robots are humanity's friends. I never thought those words would ever come out of Doc's mouth. I never knew that was how he used to feel either. He's gonna close the robot clinic?
ねえ、ミッチー、毒を元気づけるにはどうしたらいいのかな。
先生には思いつかねえよ。
Yeah, why would he know? He said, clicking his tongue. Michi tosses the last piece of pork cutlet into his mouth. And he nearly chokes on it. That would have been another person in the hospital. Oh hey, we're gaming. I repeat the same combo against my CPU opponent over and over again. The key to getting better at fighting games is repetition. That way, you can minimize any misinputs you might make. Doing this for long enough can take you pretty far up the leaderboards. I'm ranked number 2 worldwide, but even then I still do this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to maintain my rank. My classmates have become increasingly stressed about studying for entrance exams this season. Me? Well, instead of attending the exam prep classes, I'm leaning against the giant foot of Model 1 and labbing in KB. Don't get me wrong, I'm a little stressed. A lot stressed, actually. I'm definitely gonna fail at this rate. But compared to the mentality I had before summer break, I'm a bit more optimistic now. Okay, maybe optimistic is the wrong word. It's more like I've given up.
だからね、 手術するのが一番いいってお医者さんも言ってるんだけど。
You know, I will say something pessimistic, but let's get off this fucking street. There we go. I'm gonna say something slightly pessimistic. I think giving up when you know that it's time to give up is completely fair. You can't do everything. You can't accomplish everything. You can try, but there's times where you have to accept that there's a sense of reality. Now for Kaito, he's choosing to go this route, and I would see why it would be better to just give up. Not saying that that's the right thing, but in his case, yeah, I mean, he's not planning on leaving the island. He's not planning on going to college, methinks. So, yeah, I mean, why go through all this trouble, you know? Let's see if there's any entries for today on the old Twitter that we have to submit. It does not look like it. September 20th, 21st, 26th, and 27th look like the days where we have to do specific responses here in September, which means we can respond how we like today. Robots are friends, huh? They are. That's why I and Akiho are friends too. Irie doesn't feel like a robot at all. Played 10 minutes before heading to the hangar. 2-0. Looks like no choices anyways. Old soldiers aren't needed, huh? I thought I was a tougher old man. I guess I can have some free-range chicken and sake. Nothing on C and D, but when is there anything on D? Akiho's voice rings out from behind where I'm sitting. She's been giving me the details of Doc's condition after hearing them from Michi, all while crawling underneath Model 1, continuing her usual work on it. She had said something about wanting to mess with the wiring.
ドクったら手術はしたくないって言ってるんだって。全然元気なくて手術するのもしんどいって弱気なこと言ってるみたい。
You know, I think like a huge attack like that, a heart attack, a stroke, those sort of events, they can just ruin your energy, and they can actually change you forever, straight up. Like, you will never be the same, both in like a mental or a motivational or even a physical sense. I mean, a stroke can literally ruin a part of your body and maybe even a part of your mind. Like, you will never think the same ever again. For a heart attack, I'm not exactly sure, but man, I would say just get the fucking surgery, honestly. I'll just chip at Model 1 bit by bit. Akiho's holding true to her words, plus Model 2's assembly still hasn't started yet, so she might just have a lot of time on her hands.
このままじゃ手遅れになっちゃうかもしれない。だから誰でもいいからドクを説得できる人はいないかってお医者さんも困ってるって。
あ、そう。
聞いてないでしょ、カイ。
Akiho crawls out from beneath the robot. Still lying face down on the ground, she looks up at me coldly. I concede, stand up, and reach down for her.
聞いてますよっと。
I take her hand and pull her out. It's greasy with oil.
うわ、これじゃ切るバラできないじゃないか。こういう罠はやめてくれないかな、アキちゃん。
There's no running water at the airport, so this is gonna suck. I left some wet wipes in the hangar for times like this. I wonder if there are any left.
油まみれの手は勲章なんだよ。バイ、秋穂瀬宮。
はいはい、ご託はいいよ。
カイはドクのこと心配じゃないの？
それと油まみれの手は関係ないでしょうが。
I brush off the question and head inside the hangar. Baby wipes, baby wipes. Wherefore art thou, baby wipes? Anything I can get off of the camera here? No, it's a different perspective, but, you know, same Model 1, nothing to really see there. Nothing really to see anywhere in here. But I tried. I find some on top of the desk and begin to wipe my hand off, paying special attention to the fingertips. Since KB uses the touchscreen, the condition of my fingertips has a major effect on my performance.
と、電話だ。はい。
湖協定の件だけど。
Uh-oh. Oh, it's Misuka-san. I asked her to look into Doc for me. Yeah, that's right. I once again choked down the culinary disaster that was the passion fruit bun.
今からそっち行くよ。5分で着く。
はいよ。
誰から？ もしかしてジュン？
Akiho comes walking into the hangar while drinking a scowl.
いや、なんで？
だって今日も部活来てないから。病院にお見舞いに行ってるわけでもないみたいだし、ドクが倒れて結構参ってるみたいだったでしょ。心配なんだ。
だからって俺のところに電話はかかってこないでしょ。まあ見かけたら声かけとくよ。
ってどこか行くの？
ちょっと水香さんの店まで何か買ってこようか。
じゃあ新しいスコール。
She smiles and chugs down the rest of her drink. Oh, hello there. That is a not-so-happy-looking Juna. But at least she has a drink. When I arrive at the store, Juna is sitting on the bench out front. She has a blank expression on her face and a bottle of mineral water in her hands. When she notices me, her head uncomfortably lowers even further.
純ちゃん、こんなところにいるなんて珍しいね。
その部活行かなくてごめんなさい。
別に謝ることなんてないって。俺だって最近はサボってるしね。ちなみに部員が増える前まではこれでも皆勤賞だったんだよってアピールしとく。
She clearly doesn't care.
アキちゃんが心配してたよ。最近純ちゃんが元気ないみたいだから。ドクのところには行った？
Juna shakes her head softly from side to side in response. I guess she still hasn't seen him face to face yet.
病院行く勇気がなくて落ち込んでるってところ？別に気にしなくていいんじゃない？ 10年以上疎遠だった親戚と今更仲良くするのも難しいでしょ。
そうじゃないや。
Don't do that. That is such a fake-ass smile. She smiles sadly and once again shakes her head, but this time she's looking up.
藤田のおじいちゃんに申し訳ないなって思うけど、そのことはそこまで引きずってるわけじゃなくて。
じゃあこの前宇宙センターで俺たちに言いかけたことが関係してる？
うん、当たり。
Juna stares lifelessly at the water rocking back and forth inside the bottle in her hand.
私ロボ部やめようかなって思ってて。
Oh, well, yeah. You were going to do that in the last episode, but you kind of got distracted by this, huge life event going on here.
おっと、そうきたか。
Can't say I saw that coming.
でね、思ったの。私って空っぽだなって。何やってもダメだし、そんな風にいろいろ考えてたらだんだん落ち込んできちゃって。
This is pretty serious, you don't say. Well, that doesn't mean I can't try and lend a hand. What I do know is that it would be an issue if she quit the club. Juna already has a role to fill in the Robotics Club after all. We're short-handed and running out of time as it is. If somebody dropped out now, it would be a huge blow to Akiho.
弱ったな。とりあえずさ、ドクに関するとっておきの情報に興味あるなら中に入りなよ。
Juna looks puzzled. Not surprising.
種子島随一の情報屋さんがここにはいるんだよ。知ってた？
お褒めに預かりどうも。
Oh, well, somebody was listening in. Anything new on Twitter? Nope. Tanegashima's top information broker stares me down as I enter her shop.
なのになんで俺は睨まれているのやら。今日もお綺麗な水香さん。
カイは男なのに口は軽いみたいだって数秒前に気づかされたところなのさ。あんまりベラベラ喋るんじゃないってことだよ。私の信用に関わるんだ。
Okay, that is fair.
いや、つい。
You don't want the whole world to know that you are an information broker. Like, I mean, come on. Juna then enters the shop with a nervous look on her face. You only want specific people to know that. The people that are willing to pay for that information. Juna gave a quick bow. Mizuka-san's gentle smile toward Juna is a complete 180 compared to her attitude toward me.
で、水香さん、情報手に入ったんでしょ?
I grab a bottle of fruit sour melon from the beverage corner and place a couple of coins on the counter.
開かずの倉庫のこと。
That's right. What I really want is info about the forbidden storage space inside the robot clinic. The very same place that Juna wandered into and experienced her trauma. I only recently heard from Akiho that Michi also wandered in once, which is why he got banned from the store, but we need to go in there and find a very specific robot and power it on, because I'm pretty sure that's that flag. I don't really know which robot it is, but it's got to be a very specific one if it has a name. In regard to the timeline, Juna went in 11 years ago, and Michi 8 years ago. Why is this place so important to me, you ask? Because I have to switch on a robot in there in order to set a flag for Kimijima Report number 4. That's why.
そもそも18年前、ロボクリニックができた時、あの店は今ほど怪しい雰囲気じゃなかった。
Oh yeah, it says since 2001 on the sign outside the clinic. 18 years ago. The same year that Juna and I were born.
売ってるのはロボットのおもちゃとかラジコンとか、そういうものがほとんどだったんだ。
おもちゃ屋さんだったってこと？
おもちゃ屋にしては売ってるもののジャンルは偏りすぎてたけどね。ま、ドクは元ナスダの技術者だったわけだからさ。その腕を見込んで、ホビーロボやらラジコンやらが趣味の大人連中も常連客にはいたみたいだけど、あくまで最初は子供のために作った店だったんだよ。店先には等身大のロボットが何台も置かれてね。
Life-size robots? Those must be the bots in the forbidden storage space.
週末にもなれば、島のあちこちから子供たちが集まってきてたもんさ。そんな子供たちをロボットはお出迎えするんだ。ちゃんと喋ったんだよ。すごいだろ。実際、私も何度か遊びに行ったことあるしね。
Well, from what we saw out of Juna's flashback, sure they talked, but it was just a recording that was playing over and over again. It wasn't like it was actually receiving input and having a conversation with them.
ほんと、子供ばっかりだった。遊びに来た子供はさ、ロボットに夢中だったよ。
Yeah, but again, given the year 2001, anywhere in the early 2000s, even in this fictional universe, that had to have been very impressive.
だってそうだろ？こっちが声をかけたら目とか口とかピカピカ光らせてちゃんと言葉を返してきてくれるんだから。こんな田舎のガキにしてみりゃそういうロボットの存在はそりゃ夢のようなもんなんだよ。
Oh yeah, 100%. This is obviously not the technology-filled area that is like Tokyo and all the big cities in Japan, but it is quite literally just the countryside, basically. The boonies, if you will.
そのロボ子守までしてくれるわけ？そんな高性能なの？
はっ、んなわけないだろ。一歩も歩かずに腕だけくるくる回すだけのロボとか、手に持ってるトランペットを吹いたふりをするロボとか、そんな子供騙しのものばっかりだったよ。
Okay, you know what? I take back my statement. They're just fucking animatronics. This is some Freddy Fazbear shit. That's all it is.
子供の私らからすりゃ、それで十分じゃないか。
And we all know that fucking Chester Cheese over here, like at his fucking restaurant. He's been around for who knows how long. And the animatronics, I mean, that's been a system that's been around for what? Decades and decades for sure, right? I guess so.
でも信じられないな。あの偏屈な毒が子供相手に店をやってたなんて。
私だって驚いたさ。でもね、思い出したんだよ。小さい頃、ロボクリニックに遊びに行った時、確かに毒は、私ら子供がはしゃいでロボットと遊んでる姿を見て、ニコニコ笑ってたなーって。
Doc smiling? We've only seen that once before. I try to picture it in my head, but it's literally impossible.
その当時、ドクはよくこう話してたらしいよ。ロボットは人間の友達だってね。
友達。
Taken aback, Juna whispers the word.
そのロボってさ、ドクが全部自分で作ったのかな？
相沢次郎博士知ってるかい？
Juna and I exchanged glances. Can't say I've ever heard of him.
ロボット博士って呼ばれてた人さ。日本でロボットの第一人者って言えば誰を思い浮かべる？はい、カイ。
そりゃ漫画家の。
はい、ブー。間違い。
I didn't even say their name yet.
じゃあ、あんた。
Mizuka-san points at Juna.
アシモフ？
それもブー。
アシモフって誰？
作家だろ？あながち間違いじゃないけど、日本のって限定だからブーだ。
じゃなくて、等身大ロボットの。
そっちかい。どっちみちブー。
Mizuka-san lowers her shoulders in disappointment.
かくいう私もつい昨日知ったわけだけど、相沢博士は今から半世紀以上も前にロボットを作ってた人でね。そのロボットはさ、昭和のブリキのおもちゃみたいな外見なんだけど、愛嬌のある動きと声が特徴で相沢ロボットって言われてた。大阪万博ってあったろ、1970年の。そこでも出展されたくらいさ。
Huh, I had no idea.
ドクはその相沢博士の最後の弟子みたいなもんらしくてね。博士のところに若い頃に押しかけていろいろ教えてもらったんだとさ。ロボクリニックができた時、店先で子供たちを出迎えてたのは、そんなドクが相沢ロボットを参考に作ったロボットだよ。全部で9体。今はロボクリニックの倉庫で眠ってる。
そのロボットたちって名前ついてなかった？
名前？
そう、人間と似たような名前っていうかさ、例えばゴジロウくんとか、そんな名前を聞いた覚えは。
ああ、確かにそんなような名前がついてたよ。ゴジロウだかガジロウだかってさ、詳しくはよく覚えちゃいないけどね。
Okay, but that's exactly what we're looking for then. Perfect, that pretty much confirms that Gojiro-kun is one of the robots in the forbidden storage space.
名前を特定する手段はある？
さあね。
そこ重要なんだけど。
ドクに直接聞けばいいじゃないか。
だって怒られそうじゃん。
I can sense that I shouldn't go there with Doc.
そもそも名前がそんなに重要？
いや、名は体を表すって言うし。
カイ、何企んでんだい？
別に。
I can't bring up the Kimijima Report with Mizuka-san. Can this be any more of a pain?
いいですか
Juna hesitantly opens her mouth.
藤田のおじいちゃんは昔はそんな風に子供相手にお店をやっていたのに、どうしてそれをやめちゃったんでしょうか。
Mizuka-san sighs and looks Juna straight in the eyes. That is a good question. I'm kind of curious.
分かってんじゃないのかい？
Oh.
私？
どんな形にせよ、事故が起きたとなりゃロボを店先には出しておけないだろう。
事故って純ちゃんが開かずの倉庫に迷い込んでロボを壊しちゃったこと？
Is that really something you'd call an accident? From what Juna told me, one of the robots broke, but...
そうですか。私、失礼します。
Well, now she's gonna feel worse. Juna bows abruptly and then exits the store.
どういうこと？
本人から聞いたんだろ？
倉庫に迷い込んでロボ壊してドクに怒られたってことぐらいだよ、聞いたのは。
Mizuka-san stares at the automatic door that Juna exited from, a listless expression on her face.
あの子、その時結構な怪我をしたんだよ。
I had no idea.
で、その事故が噂になっちゃってね。子供たちの親からしてみりゃ、自分の子供も怪我させられちゃたまんないって思うだろ、普通。
Yeah. I can see why things had to get moved around.
それ以来、 ロボクリニックを訪れる子供たちはガクンと減っちまったのさ。それにドク自身も思うところがあったんじゃないの？
Plus, with the power of the internet, like, really growing around that time, like, it was just a huge boom. You know that word is gonna get out on the internet.
少なくとも子供相手の商売はその事故の前後でぱったりやめちゃったって話さ。
なるほどね。
What Doc told Michi...
ただの思い上がりだったってだけさ。
Alright then, what should my next move be? For now, I give my things to Mizuka-san and exit the store. I can see Juna trudging towards school. Anything new on Twitter? No. After lightly jogging for a bit, I managed to catch up to her.
純ちゃんさ、ちょっと提案なんだけど。
何かな？
ロボクリニックの開かずの倉庫、行ってみようとか思わない？
Juna's eyes widen. I mean, I can see this one coming. I mean, it makes perfect sense. We need to break in. We gotta activate this goddamn robot. And she needs to face her fears. She needs to go back to where things actually took place. Now that she's older, wiser, and, probably taller, these giant robots that she was practically crushed by aren't going to seem too imposing. Or at least that's the hope. Okay, we have a response that we actually need to do very specifically here. But first, a message from Mr. Platus. Hey everyone, work on a robot's cosmetics after you've proved the performance and capability backed by technology. If you're building a robot on looks that can't fight, you should be building a figure. What's demanded of a robot is performance. Looks come after. Remember that. Goddamn. Mr. Platus was fucking killing me with that. Play 20 minutes, 3-0, off to the robot clinic. What's hidden in the secret base? And we have to respond with... Let's see. Oh. It's not that. It's that. Arrowgay. Why are we responding with Arrowgay? Why? Okay, whatever. Oh, hey. Tadpoles rain from the sky? Hey, whoever said that tadpoles won't rain from the sky, show yourself. I brought the source. The source is Sports Tokyo. Oh, it only rained in Shibatashi. How am I supposed to know about news from the countryside? So, where the pics at? I get that it was raining tadpoles, but why? I don't know. This wouldn't happen in the norm. Can tadpoles actually be aliens? Before it was raining tadpoles, the tadpoles must have been thrown up in the air from a tornado or a storm nearby. There has to be. It's not usual or anything. This has been an issue a couple of times in the past. Birds throw them up. They're tossed up while they're flying, so they fall fast. Oh, excuse me. At times, over 50 tadpoles fall. It's a usual sight for the locals, nothing special, though it is very strange. But yeah, 5,000 of them? What the fuck? Is this from the Red Aurora, too? The robot clinic is as still as the grave, but that's pretty normal. I still can't believe that this place used to be filled with the cheerful voices of a bunch of kids. No, this is gonna be fun. I like breaking and entering. Juna is glancing all over the place. She looks really uneasy.
Jun, ここは心を鬼にして、あえて突き進むべきだよ。
Akiho tries her best to encourage her. After I told her what Mizuka-san told me, it's like a switch flipped in her head.
ドクを勇気づけるためには、ドクのロボたちを復活させるべきなんだよ。
I'm really not sure that's our only option here. But considering neither of us could come up with something better, why not? I'm looking for an excuse to get into the forbidden storage space anyway, so I piggyback off of Akiho's proposal.
急がなくちゃ、手遅れになっちゃう。ジュンだって、ドクにはもっと長生きしてほしいでしょ？それは、そうだけど。
That's why we have to press the big button.
でも、勝手に入るのは、やっぱり。
Actually, wouldn't Doc living a long life be him getting that heart surgery?
勝手じゃないよ。
I spin a set of keys around my finger. What the fuck?
純ちゃんのお父さんがドクから正式に預かった鍵でしょ、これは。
Doc spiraled so hard that he asked his son-in-law, Juna's dad, to dispose of any unnecessary goods at the clinic. And so Akiho and I convinced Juna to borrow the keys from her dad. Juna's a pushover, so that part was easy.
私はちょっと抵抗ある。
Okay, so we're not necessarily breaking and entering, so what's there to worry about? Juna was reluctant about Akiho's proposal from the get-go.
無断でロボットさんたちを外に出すなんて。ドクに元気になってほしいの。うちの願いはそれだけ。とりあえず倉庫の中がどうなってるか見るだけ見てみようよ。
But Juna slightly shakes her head. She stands still, refusing to move forward.
私、ここで待ってる。
She's likely scared to even go inside. She's even more pale than she was before. I can even see her knees shaking too. Well, yeah, she was basically having a panic attack when she came here with her dad.
ジュン。
アキちゃん、行こう。
I lead Akiho into the shop. The forbidden storage space isn't accessible unless we circle around the scrapyard behind the store. We open the heavy sliding door that was shut tight with a padlock and head inside. Since there wasn't a single window, no light shone into the place. Yeah, that's not surprising that there would be dust. Stepping 1 foot inside is enough to make the both of us cough up a storm. We must have woken up some dust. It makes you wonder how long this door has been shut for. It's entirely possible that it hasn't been open since Michi wandered in 8 years ago.
カイ、見て。
With the door now open, a beam of light shoots through the storage space, illuminating a series of robots lined up next to each other. They stand there silently in the dark, not making a single move. I can't quite make out how many of them there are in the darkness, but Mizuka-san said that there should be 9.
アキちゃん、俺さ、夜にここでこのロボットたち見たら、しょんべんちびるかも。
I can definitely see how this place was traumatizing for a tiny Juna. Guys, remember that episode of SpongeBob where like there was that scary movie or something? And it was basically like a robot, basically in the aesthetic of what we're seeing here, just chasing a human man. Anybody would be scared. But Akiho simply walks forward into the room, a sad expression on her face. She gently touches the arm of the red robot standing in the very front.
ほこり積もってる。全然手入れされてないみたい。
こいつら、昔は動いたり喋ったりしたらしいけど、今でもちゃんと動くのかな？
動くはずだよ。動くって信じたい。だってドクはロボドクターなんだから。壊れたロボットを放置なんてしない。絶対に。
Despite her words, all signs seem to point to this place having been sealed off for years and years. It should be clear to anyone that Doc hasn't touched this place in forever.
電源コードか何かないかな。電源につなげば動くかも。
Akiho searches around the red robot's feet and back behind it.
スイッチ的なものある？もしあるなら俺に押させてよ。
え？なんで？
いや、単にやってみたいだけ。
This red guy right here might be Gojiro's after all.
ふーん。
何？
Even in this dark room, I can tell that Akiho is grinning.
もしかしてカイってば、こういうロボが好きだったんだ。
Let's just say
結
yes
構子供
and
っぽいんだね。
let's just say yes and move on. We're just trying to get the flag. She's misunderstanding, but there's no point in trying to clear things up. Since there are no lights in here, we brought flashlights from the store and used them to find the robot's power cord. It's plugged into the wall. All preparations are complete. The power switch is located inside a lid on the robot's back.
じゃあ押すよ。
オッケー。
I hit the switch. The red robot does not move an inch.
壊れてる？
そんな。
Akiho lowers her shoulders in disappointment.
ドク、ロボドクターなのに、どうして？
We try to turn on the rest of the robots, but none of them so much as twitched. Just to be sure, I check in with Irie, and she's confirmed that I had not set the flag yet. Well, that fucking sucks. Let's see what's up here on the old Twitter. Feels kind of fresh. Once in a while, old designs can actually feel new. Tin-plated robot toys didn't even exist when we were kids. I don't feel nostalgic, but it feels nice. But nonetheless, I like robots that are like bang, shakin, horns coming out of their heads or shoulders, an animal face on the chest, and it combines together. If you say things like that, S-Kun's gonna tell you to quit talking nonsense. Shakin and bang really show the prowess of your vocab. There are a lot of robots with an animal face on their chests. Even I've noticed that. I wonder why. Let's go with that. Let's create conversation, you know? But by the time we leave the robot clinic, the sun is long gone. Despite how late it is, we find Juna waiting for us. Not at the clinic, mind you, but at the hospital, which was about a 10-minute walk from Doc's store. Damn, everything is so goddamn close together. She's waiting at the bus stop in front of the entrance, sitting alone on the bench.
どうだった？
ダメ、ロボは壊れてた。
そうなんだ。悔しいな。
Akiho looked up at the third floor of the hospital where Doc is staying and began ruffling her hair with her hands. She then faces Juna and I, breathing heavily through her nose.
ねえ、うちに一つ提案があるんだけど。
Uh-oh.
あのロボットたち、うちらで直してみない？
賛成。
Yeah, I mean, what else are we gonna do, honestly? Like, we have to get that Gojiro robot going.
うわ！カイがこんなに積極的だなんて今までなかったかも。やっと心を入れ替えてくれたんだね。うちは嬉しいよ。
泣くことはないでしょ。
ジュンはどう思う？私は。
She has no opinion. I mean, why would she want to repair them? Why would she be on board for that?
修理するならジュンちゃんも参加すべきだね。ロボクリニックを出禁になってるアキちゃんと、そのアキちゃんの単なる付き添いとしか思われてない俺じゃ、ドクのロボを勝手にいじるのは問題ありそうだ。でも、ジュンちゃんっていう免罪符があれば、ドクもそこまで目くじらは立てないはずだよ。
ジュン、お願い。ドクを元気づけるためにチャレンジしてみたいの。もし勝手に直して怒られそうになったら、ジュンのことは全力でかばうから。困ったな。私、無理だよ。
じゃあ勝負する？俺が勝ったらジュンちゃんはアキちゃんの作戦に協力する。ジュンちゃんが勝ったら協力しなくていいし、ロボ部もやめていいよ。
ロボ部やめるってどういうこと？
ジュンちゃんロボ部やめたいらしいから。
ヤシオくん。
Why are we forcing her hand here? I mean, it's her choice. I mean, if it's something that people are trying to get Kaito to do, then yeah, those are his conditions, win a match against him. But here it's like, it's the other way around. We're just trying to like, not manipulate, but kind of use her here.
アキちゃんには黙っててほしかった。でもさ、ロボ部の部長はアキちゃんだからね。ロボ部辞めたいなら、アキちゃんに言わなきゃどうしようもないよ。
そうじゃなくて、急に言われると、心の準備が。
She freaks out over the weirdest things, I swear. I know she's timid at all, but this indecisiveness of hers can be real grating sometimes. Honestly, her fucking speed and how she speaks, god damn. Well, whatever, it's not my place to say anything. It was probably a mistake to talk her into joining the Robotics Club in the first place.
ねえ、ジュン。
Akiho approaches Juna with a petulant look on her face. Overwhelmed by Akiho's sudden vigor, she looks away apologetically.
ごめん。ジュンはこの2ヶ月ロボ部で過ごして少しでもロボットのこと好きになれた？
Akiho firmly grasps Juna's hands. Holding on tight, she looks straight into her eyes. With nowhere to run, Juna is forced to meet her gaze straight on.
ロボットが苦手って言ってたけど、それは克服できた？それは。
Juna weakly shakes her head from side to side.
だったら、うちはジュンの退部を認めない。せめて、 ロボットのどこか一つでも好きになってくれるまで絶対に離さないんだから。
What insane logic. Again, it's that backwards shit. She's completely disregarding Juna's feelings on the matter. Oh well, I guess it makes things easier that way.
じゃあ一緒にドクのロボットを直そうね。これは部長命令だよ。
The weak-willed Juna stands no chance against Akiho's one-sided demands. Well, yeah, obviously. Okay, let's see what we can do here on Twitter today, because there's a whole lot of stuff going on here. It's because it's cool you don't understand, Kai, you really don't. Woke up, played 1 hour, 10-0. I'm still not doing good enough. Is this what we gotta respond to? I know there's one for the 21st here. No, this is not it. This is not it at all, but that's okay. We can respond to it regardless. You don't need to go if you can. Aki-chan is a bit pushy. Live without regrets. If you stay sad like that, nothing will change. Yeah, live without regrets, honestly. I kind of want to go with that one. But the one we're looking for is a tweet from Sister Centipede asking us, what is our favorite robot? And it might be in here. It might be. I'll fix it. I'd even say I'm better at repairing stuff since all I've been doing is maintenance. Even if I get in trouble, it'll be worth it. You have to come. If you don't, I'm going to pick you up. Robots are friends, huh? I want to be friends with them, but I can't see them. Kai rarely helps out. Usually he won't help because he says he's lazy. If you are by yourself, you might get caught trespassing. I'm just guarding you. I have my own reasons. It's a secret. Don't push Jun-chan too much. I will help instead. Yeah, let's go with that. And it looks like the tweet I'm looking for isn't here yet. Yeah, it might be later in the day, so we'll have to keep a lookout on that. Maybe I'll hit the arcades to loosen up a bit. Ah, there's that Nai that we got to know a little bit about in her route. Okay, I think we'll finish up this episode here. Now that I've confused myself and doing all the fucking Twitter responses. That's really gonna mess me up going into the next episode. I usually do that first thing if I can, so that'll be an issue for me in the beginning of the next episode, I suppose. But thank you all for watching this one. Not too much to say here, just trying to make some progress here. I'm a little disappointed because I think right now, or at least it feels like right now, we're kind of focusing on the characters, which is fine. Like I said in the last episode, it is nice that the characters are kind of getting a spotlight. That is totally all well and good. But damn, it came right after Frau dropped like 2 bombshells on us. 1 being the top 3 being dead on Kill Ballad, and 2, the issue, or that whole ordeal with the leaked episode of Gun Barrel. And then there's also the other little things here. Kimijima reports are getting really interesting. And we have this whole deal where in November there's supposed to be a solar storm. So there's all these things going on, but damn, we're not there yet. I guess maybe in November we will be. I think maybe that's when shit's really gonna get all science adventure-y, but just not there yet. We'll get there though, we'll get there. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.